Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we look at the news coming up in the game and then go after killers and materia and items that are going to help you out with this week's content. As you can see, I'm wearing a mask, and that is to give you a brief update on the video that I put out on Friday where I said I was feeling a little under the weather. And it turns out that I am positive for COVID. So I'm a big believer in masks, I'm a big believer in vaccines, and I'm wearing one today just to kind of like say that I think that's useful, even though I know that I can't give you anything over the computer. I'm not that silly, but I am a big believer in masks. So if you are not feeling well, stay home. If you are not feeling well and you have to go out, wear a mask, a well-fitted one, preferably one that gives you and others around you protection. So there it is, and get vaccinated too, because I think that's super important. But let's talk about the news. We have some big stuff coming up this week. If you are a Final Fantasy 12 fan, in the form of some new units and a bunch of events. So let's talk about those. The first event we're going to talk about is the In Search of the Sun CRYST raid. It is against this stone monster. It is weak to wind and fire, and it is immune to defense and spirit breaks. Now, I always make this comment about raids that you can pretty much just sneeze on them and they die. But with me being sick, I feel like that's a little insensitive. So yeah, don't sneeze on your enemies, but definitely take the right stuff to beat them. Stone Killer is good, and Fire and Wind. And you do get some nice stuff from the raid as usual. This helmet's kind of cool. Attack and defense 30 with 1,000 HP on it is pretty nice for a helmet. And then this Vayne's Garb is upgradable with a recipe that you get from another event, as well as this Stone Blade is pretty cool with attack and defense on it. You do get some Stone Killer for fighting the boss, so that's useful. And some always needed human killer with attack and magic 30% on it as well. It's pretty cool. If you scroll down to the bottom, after you get past all the raids and stuff like that, you get this second event that we're talking about. The Judge Magister Strikes Back. This is against a human enemy. It's Judge Gabranth, if you're not familiar with that picture. But he resists all elements at 230% and fire at 210%. So obviously you want to bring your best fire and perils, because he also resists 99% of non-elemental damage. So you're going to be bringing your best imperils possible to make sure that you can damage him. He is vulnerable to defense and spirit break, which I think will be very important, but you do have 10 turns to defeat him, which is pretty cool. He also has 50% blind resistance, so I'm thinking that blind may be a part of fighting him, which may be pretty cool. Actually getting to use some statuses against enemies is kind of neat. But I do think this will be a challenge. I think that's kind of cool that he has that much resistance. Yeah, bring your best imperils and go nuts. The next one that we're going to talk about is the CHRONICLE battle against the Omega Mark 12. This is a, I believe, permanent one that stays in the vortex forever. And I say that because it is one that you can only bring Final Fantasy 12 units. And it has 100 resistance to all elements, vulnerable to defense and spirit break only, and it's a machine fairy boss. Because it's a machine boss, we're going to be going after some machine killer in this video, but you can get mystery crystals and more. Also, here's a list of the units that get bonuses, so you can see they're all Final Fantasy 12 units. You also get some Lapis and some stuff like that, and as well, you get for a party of 4, you get the Omega Medal. Which is another reason why I think it's a permanent one, because it's these are the kinds of rewards that you usually get for permanent ones. So that's kind of cool. Machine Fairy, would be perfect for Kaito, but you can't bring Kaito, it looks like. So there you go. The next one we're going to talk about is the Chronicle battle against the Mandragoras. This is a farming type against a bunch of plants, and they're weak to fire. So bring your best fire DPS. The new Vaughn is going to be pretty good at this, as well as the old Vaughn. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But you get a bunch of bonuses for different units you bring, and then this Chaos Blade, which looks like it's going to be super, super good for Gabranth if you're still using Gabranth. There you go. It's an option. Gives really good defense, and yeah, lots of cool stuff. And then the War Gods band looks like kind of like whatever. It's some craftable evasion, which is kind of nice, as well as some kind of like low attack, but it is there. But the Chaos Blade looks like it's where it's at. But it's a plant boss and weak to fire, and you can break it, so just hit it really hard and farm it up. Okay. Last thing we would talk about is we get another 12 types takedown boss this week against BELPHEGOR. BELPHEGOR is a demon. Looks really cool. It's weak to fire and dark, and you can break it. I don't know a whole lot about the fight other than what it says here. You got to keep your dark resistance boosted, as well as instant KO resistance. It does gradual damage and fractional damage, so probably lots of gravity type attacks, and absorbs earth and adds earth to your party on specific turns. So you probably want to bring mages if you can. My immediate thought is Olivera, because Olivera is nutty. Yeah, there you go. And you get Demon Killer Plus, and 5-star selects and STMR removal tickets for the easy version. And Demon Killer Plus Plant Eater Sense, which means we know what plant boss is coming up, as well as STMR removals and rare summon tickets for the hard version. So that's pretty cool. Lots of stuff coming up in the game. Let's talk about the killers. So we know we have a plant boss with the Mandragoras, a stone boss with the raid, a human boss with the EX fight. We know we have a machine fairy boss with the Chronicle battle, the permanent one, and a demon boss. So let's talk about those. Plants we've done recently. Scorn of the Antinola is one of the best ones. You can get Plant Killer Plus. And then some good STMRs and TMRs there. I'm going to go ahead and leave those on the screen for just a moment. But the one you really want to focus on of those is probably Plant Killer Plus from Scorn of Antinola. All right, there it is. For stones, lots and lots of choices. You got Stone Killer Plus from Stroper, Stone Eater Sense from Archaeoavis. So those are both 12 types bosses, which are, kind of hard, but kind of not, depending on what you have access to. And then some items, Darksteel Destroyer and Darksteel Heavy Armor are both decent. Probably the Heavy Armor is better just because it's not a two-handed. It doesn't matter if it's two-handed or not. It's just a chest slot. So that's pretty cool. Scanning Goggles as well from Eileen. Weapon Specialist from Wild Rose Furion is always very good. Storm Bunny Jacket from Old Esther. Lots of good options there. Okay. Let's talk about machines for a second. And this is what we're going after today. Machine Eater Sense from the Doulahan. No, we're not doing that one today. We're doing Spirit. Machine Eater Sense from Doulahan Advanced is probably the best choice on here. But I also want to point out Mechanic for the Royal Family is really, really good, as well as Valued Memories from Irvin. Very, very good. So, yeah, those are there. Okay, let's talk about humans. There's so much human killer in the game. Best ones are probably Cross Aigayan Arm or Mask of Ashura, because it's good for demons and humans. Okay, pretty cool. And speaking of demons, there it is. Crucifying Coercion from Scorn of Ashura, Horse Mysterian from Lunera, Mask of Ashura, Darksteel Heavy Armor on there again. Very, very nice. So, yeah. Where's the one we're going after, though? We're going after Spirit Eater Sense. This is against Gargantuan Grub in the Sand Extreme version. This is one we're going to be going after. You could also get Spirit Killer from Scorn of the Genies on Intermediate, which is probably easier than what we're doing. Yeah, we're going to go after Spirit Eater Sense because I'm prepared for it. And that is against the Gargantuan Grub in the Sand Extreme version. But also, worth noting that Blue Mage Fina's Blue Mage Dress is very, very good. And it's an STMR that anyone can get access to. And Regina's STMR Battle Intelligence is pretty good too. She's a 5-star unit, so you could definitely pick that up, with STMR or 5-star select tickets. But we are going to go after a Gargantuan Grub in the Sand, like I said. It is in the Chamber of the Fallen, and it's pretty much near the top here. And it's a 400 difficulty fight. The challenges are to defeat it with a Limit Burst, to have no KOs and use no items, as well as just beating it for 100 Lapis, and you get Spirit Eater Sense. Pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and do this with the EX squad, no companions. And in fact, most of these units are not even wearing any, or two of these units are not really even wearing anything. Let's take a look at their gear. Beatrix is really just wearing kind of the general, all resistance, all immunity stuff that we have for her. There you go. She's not even wearing a vision card. My goodness. Doesn't really matter. The boss doesn't really do magic damage, she does physical damage. So we'll just go ahead and put on the tank card for her, just for more HP. There we go. Shadow, not really wearing anything, doesn't matter. Shadow just breaks and gives mirage stacks. Gilgamesh is not really wearing anything either. Is wearing a vision card though, just for a great sword in peril for Squall. Pretty cool. Medina is just built for MP. Doesn't have to be this item. In fact, it probably could be better if it was something else. But that's what she's got. Let's put some. Maybe we can find a better MP item. If she could wear it, I want the variant, so I want her to have a two-handed weapon. So she's gonna go ahead and keep it. But the important thing is just to have lots of MP. Cause yeah, and then she's got some bug killer. She's got that vision card for the MP. She's using Ice Onslaught or Ice Catastrophe or whatever it's called, the one that just uses all of her MP. Ice Onslaught. There you go. There we go. And Squall, built for LB damage and bug killer. Where is it? A little bit of bug killer, LB damage. There we go. Cool. So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so the boss starts out by lowering the earth resistance of everybody around us. You could use that to your advantage. The boss does not have any specific immunity to earth, so you could use earth damage to beat the boss. But doesn't really matter. Alrighty, to start us off, Beatrix is going to provoke and use Saintly Protection to put up a barrier and everything. There we go. Shadow is going to break the boss, give us all Mirage stacks, and use Smoky Mist. This is going to lower the boss's physical accuracy by 25% for 4 turns. This is going to give you additional chances to miss attacks. Because not everybody is geared for full evasion, so just every little bit helps. Gilgamesh is honestly just going to hit the boss 3 times with this Tornado skill to fill LB, hopefully getting Beatrix's LB filled. We got a little bit, you know, we might get it, we might not, it's okay. Medina's going to use Luna Verve, Ice Catastrophe to do an Imperil, Lunatic's Metal, and Luna Accretion to start buffing and stacking up. There we go. And Squall is going to Fire Imbue. We choose to fight back. And this strengthens those. And this strengthens that. And I don't think it strengthens his LB any. No, it doesn't. Okay. We'll just use Lion's Rise. There we go. Alrighty. Graviga hurts a little bit. Landslips and physical attacks. They go to Beatrix and stuff like that. We dodge some stuff. Pretty cool. Shadow is going to, again, just give us Mirage and then break the boss and just do a little bit of damage. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Gilgamesh is going to use his All in Peril and fill LB gauge. There we go. Beatrix now has her LB, which she could do here if you really wanted to. If you don't have it, which we're gonna simulate, we're gonna go ahead and provoke again because we did get dispelled, and use Curaga to heal everybody. There we go. And Medina's gonna use her LB. This is gonna stat buff the party as well as store for the next attack. And Squall, because we have it, is gonna use Tyvis Spirit. There we go. Some AoE attacks, which we mostly miss. Some bad stuff happens, but it's not that bad because we're breaking the boss and all that stuff. And we're ready to go. So we're going to pretend, because at this point she is still provoking, we're going to pretend like maybe we're not going to make it. So we're going to go ahead and use her LB, which is going to put up mitigation for everybody. But it's not going to matter that much because we are going to kill the boss here on this turn. We're going to go ahead and use Ice Onslaught to cap and Squall's SLB to cap. Shadow is going to triple. Just triple Stardust Ray. Gilgamesh has to downshift to use his triple Stardust Ray. There we go. And we're going to send the chainers first and then the cappers because Stardust Ray takes a couple seconds to start off. So we'll just do that and that. And there we have it. 3 turns, no deaths, meet all the other criteria for whatever. 3.1 billion. Boss has 3 billion health, so that's, you know, just barely doing it, but we do it with this team. No doubt you have stronger stuff, so there it is. Squall definitely carried it. My last run, I did about the same damage, but Medina did more and Squall did less. You know, averaging about 3.1, 3.2 billion with this team, so we should be fine. And there you have it. That'll get you Spirit Eater Sense, which should help you gear for the upcoming challenge this week. So hopefully that's helpful for you. And we'll, you know, we may even be doing a new content day early because I'm home until Saturday. So I may do a new content stream earlier. I am feeling better. Obviously feeling fine to get up and record and be on camera today. Compared to what I was on Sunday, which I did not feel like being on camera on Sunday. But yeah, new content stream on Twitch on Thursday. Probably some videos and stuff. Maybe show some clears and guides of how I did stuff here on YouTube. And we're getting close to 1 year of making videos and content and stuff. So if you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe and all the things that we do. I'm getting really close to 500 followers here on YouTube, and I would really like to hit that 500 to unlock the community panel and be able to do some interesting stuff. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Should be Thursday and Friday. Take care and be good to each other and be safe. Bye.